Okay. Lesson. Start working on the answers, dude. Yep. I'm working on math right now. If you have questions, you can ask me when I'm done with all the lectures. Okay. Lesson 2-2, adding integers. Okay, we have a couple new vocab words. We have opposites and additive inverse. So let's start with example 1. Example 1. So add integers using a number line. Oh, this is fun. So find -1 plus -5 in parentheses. So on a number line, I'm gonna draw out my number line. So I'm gonna have -7 on one end all the way up to 2. If I left myself enough space, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so I'm gonna start by starting at 0. I'm always starting at 0. So I'm gonna put a point right there. So once I start at 0, I'm gonna start this equation. So I'm gonna go back -1 because -1 is my first number. So I'm gonna go back 1. So I'm gonna now be right here. So I'm gonna get rid of my old marks. So I'm now at -1. Then I'm going to add -5 to that. So I am going to go, use different color, go back -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my new point is now right here, and that is at -6. Jeez. This is lagging on me. My point is now at -6. And if we were to add that to check ourselves to make sure we were in the right spot, what's -1 plus -5 going to be? That's just going to be -6. And those parentheses are really important when writing out these number sequences, because if I didn't have those parentheses, we would probably not have the positive sign right here. It would be -1 minus 5, right? So those parentheses are very important when they're in there. Okay. Have you guys done this part before? The number lines, I'm going to be honest, you're not going to be using those in math. It's more reading a number line, but you're not going to be using those a lot in algebra, geometry, anything. So as long as you know what -1 plus -5 is, you guys are good. All right. Okay, let's move on to example 2. Example 2. Okay, add integers with the same sign. Okay, that's what we just did. So we have -3 plus, in parentheses, -6. So since they both have the same sign, -3 and -6, when we add those together, that's going to be 9. And they're going to have the same sign. It's going to be a negative sign. So when you add numbers that have the exact same sign, it's just going to be a larger negative number. Yes?
I thought if you add 2 negatives, it becomes positive. Yeah.
It depends on your situation. But when you add 2 negatives together, it's always going to be a positive. When you add a small negative number with a big positive number, so if you, let's say we have, let's say -2 plus 5, my positive number is bigger. That means I'm going to have a positive number. If my negative number is bigger, then, so instead of this one, I have -5 plus 2. It's still going to be negative. Does that make sense, Madeline?
Yeah.
Yeah. Logan, you good? Ellen? Good? Okay. All right, so that's all we have for example 2. Example 3. Example 3. Example 3. Have any answer in those questions? Because then you'll be done with your science homework.
Oh, wait, this is from?
Yep, but you can get it done in class, so it won't be homework if you get it done. Yes. So letter A, we are finding the sum. So we have 6 plus, in parentheses, -3. So here's one of those examples that we were just talking about. So we have a bigger positive number here and a smaller negative number. So what I can also do to rewrite this is I can write 6 minus 3 because it's the exact same thing. So you can rewrite this as 6 minus 3 instead of 6 plus -3, because that's going to give me the same answer of 3. Okay, so letter B, we have 1 plus -4 in parentheses. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the last one. I'm going to have 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4, that's going to put me in the negatives. I'm going to have -3. Is it warm in here, or is it just me? 75 in here.
It's, yeah.
I'm getting sweaty.
It needs to become a freezer in here.
It needs to become a freezer, I agree. Okay, any questions with adding negative and positive numbers together? Yeah. Should be review from last year towards the end of the year. Example 4. Example 4. Okay, add integers with different signs. Okay, so this is the same thing as before. So we have 12 plus -6. So same thing. I'm going to, since I have a positive and a negative, that's going to turn into a negative. So 12 minus 6. That's going to give me +6. Okay. This section shouldn't be too bad. This is more introductory stuff to algebra because we're in pre-algebra. So, okay, I'm going to let you guys go ahead and get going into this lesson. I know you guys have started a little bit. So, how far are you guys into the lesson already? Okay, Madeline, how far are you? 25. Logan, have you started yet? Yeah, you're doing odds. Huh? 34. Okay. So yeah, if you guys do finish early, I will print out tomorrow's so you can keep being ahead. Yeah, Madeline? Yeah, yep. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys pre-algebra. You're doing all the odd ones on that worksheet. And that, once you're done with that, then you're all done.